So, welcome to this very informal test. I'm going to give you a part 2 topic and I'd like you to speak about it for 2 minutes. And before you speak, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say.
Yes.
So, the topic is, I'd like you to describe a person you wanted to be similar to when you were growing up.
Great.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Wonderful. Okay, so can you start speaking now, please?
So I'm going to tell you about the most important person in my life who I really admire, and she's my mom. She's a really pretty person with her eyes filled with sadness. I've seen her since the day I was born, and she's always been a great source of inspiration to me. In contrast to her depressing appearance, she has a really warm heart and great inner strength. She was born into a poor family, so she had to work at a very young age. Seeing her parents and siblings struggle from starvation and poverty, she anguished, and that love for them was her source of motivation to keep putting more effort in supporting the family and studying by herself at the same time, despite not having an intelligent mind. And over her life, she's have gone through multiple setbacks, both in her career and marriage. There were many times she felt depressed and lost her will to live, but with her love for me, and her great sense of responsibility, she pushed through the dark ages of her life. The fact that she devoted all of her love into raising my brother and I, despite being a single mom, is what I'm grateful about. She's been looking after me for my whole life, either when I get sick or during stressful situations. When I joined the IELTS Face-Off speaking contest, I couldn't handle the pressure, so I couldn't sleep either, and I thought about quitting, but understand how I felt, my mom constantly gave me words of encouragement, and this provided me with the confidence I needed. Seeing me travel to Hanoi, she was really worried, but in order for me to grow and fully mature as a person, she quenched her heart and let me leave the comfort of her arm. I really want to become like her in the future because her life story made me realize the importance of family and the fact that no matter what your background is or how untalented you are, with overwhelming willpower, humans can overcome all odds and obstacles in their life and rise up despite their own incompetence. And now looking back, I've never seen her take care of herself. All of her sacrifices were for the people she loved.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very well done. Absolutely excellent. Your fluency is fantastic and your pronunciation is very, very clear. Also, I thought it was very brave to talk about something that's quite close to your heart and a very personal topic. I'm sorry to hear that your mum's eyes are filled with sadness and in contrast to her depressed appearance, she's not really like that. Wonderful language that you used to describe her. Like when you said she went through multiple setbacks and my mum constantly gave me words of encouragement. So really, really good use of descriptive language to describe it. And I think what I really liked about the way you spoke was just your honesty, and the topic you chose was one that was very close to your heart,
yes.
Which I appreciate.
Yes, I was speaking from my heart the whole time.
I could definitely feel that, yeah.
I appreciate your feedback.
No problem. Okay, so we'll move on to some questions that are similar to the Part 3 questions in the IELTS test. We've been talking about somebody who you wanted to be similar to when you were growing up, and I'd like to discuss some questions about growing up.
Yes.
The first question is, Who has more influence on a child's development, their friends or their family?
Well, I think this tend to be like depends on each individual alone, because I've seen someone who just really appreciate their family. They will listen to everything their family said, their parents and their siblings. They really love them because, I mean, they've gone through so much hardship in their life with each other. But there are also some people who just don't appreciate their family as much, and they tend to think that their friends are really closer to them because they are kind of at the same age, right? So they understand each other more biologically and like age-wise. So I think a lot of people just like listen to their friends, but I said a lot, but the vast majority will just love their family and just follow their advice.
When children are growing up, should parents restrict their access to technology like mobile phones?
Well, when you said growing up, I think if that children is below the age of like 6 or 7, then they should be restricted, because at that age, their eyes are still not like developed enough to actually handle the blue light from these devices, or they just don't have enough responsibility and they don't know about the safety procedure. So it will be really dangerous. But if that children is that child is older than 7 years old, which is in the first class year, I think that they need to use technology in their education as well. So I think it's really important to not restrict them for using special technology.
When should a young person first start to make choices about their future career?
Well, I think this also depends on the person as well, because I've seen a lot of people just decide what they're going to do at a very young age. Some of them just want to like be a driver when they are in 2nd grade. But there are also people who don't really know what they're going to do in the future, such as myself, for example. And a lot of my friends just choose what they want to become in the future based on the subject that they are good at. So yeah, I think that it's depends on the person. But I think it's more important to know what you're going to do in the future at a very young age, because you have a right path to follow without like stray away from that path and make a unproductive decision.
Oh, thank you very much. That's excellent. Thank you. Absolutely brilliant answers. I'm very impressed by your fluency when you're speaking, and just want to emphasize to the audience that you didn't prepare before this exam and you didn't have a clue what questions I was going to ask you. So your confidence in answering them is really to be applauded. So very, very well done.
Yeah,